Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Vine Panther Presents. We welcome back a decent show called From, as we talk about season 3, episode 1. Or are we just seeing Lost all over again? I didn't see it the first time, but these are all things we're going to get into, as we have Lost fans and we got From fans. We're gonna pull all this stuff together. Stacy's not here, but anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like on the video, comment on the video, watch the video till the end. It helps out the algorithm. I'll talk about a lot of cool stuff this evening. Thank you for being here. Sit back, enjoy the intro, and then we're gonna start this show. Oh, wait. I gotta do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I gotta do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, From is back with a vengeance, killing off one of the original characters. What does that mean for other characters? It was very sad and stuff, and I was like, man, this is hard. Where do we go from here? I felt I had the Walking Dead vibes, to be real, to be like, ain't nobody safe in this show, from things that just walk. But anyway, let's get to it. Kim, what did you think of the episode? Where would you like to start?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess we can start at the beginning, where, they were pretty much ran out of food, which is, I remember that was from last season too, right? That they were afraid of running out of food, but they still had a little bit left, and they were trying to ration it out or whatever. Yeah, I felt really bad when they were like, the whole town is like at her house, Mrs. Chen. And they're like, this woman is elderly, right? And you're going to just bum rush her to get the food. And it's like, if she knows if these people get to the food, that's it. That's it, because they're not thinking, oh, we have to ration this out. They're thinking, I'm hungry right now, So I felt really bad for her, and I'm very sad that she died. I really enjoyed her character. So yeah, it was, I enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed From. So we didn't learn anything new though, which is, I was kind of like, could we learn something new? But
Let's
we learned a little bit, but
was that a cat? Was that a cat, David? All I heard was meow.
Let's look at Mrs. Chen's last moments in the show and kind of talk about that, because there's a lot of things like connected with it, and I just want to kind of get into that. So Chris, any thoughts on Mrs. Chen's
just for her?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just, I mean, it's a horrible way to go out. I mean, if she did go out, either she went out with that like that, or she just had to start wearing some wigs for a good as while.
Chris.
What she would? What she wouldn't? I'm just saying that she lived. I said that she lived. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to cancel you, Chris.
I feel.
Okay.
She wouldn't have hair to be able to grow. So what
I'm
you
just
mean?
saying. I mean, it could come back. They took the scalp.
It's like a follicle. It was a scalp.
They really did. They killed that scalp, man. That was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling she was going to go the way she was kind of telling, the way she was hugging up on Kenny. Actually, matter of fact, I thought Kenny was going to go. Really, I thought like the way they were talking to each other when she said, "Hey, be safe." At that moment, I was like, "Man, is this the last time they're going to see each other?" You know what I mean? Just the way they were talking in that diner. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I just felt like for some reason I thought that it would have been probably a little stronger if it was Kenny a little bit, but I get it. Ms. Chen was kind of like more like one of the really good ones in a sense, you know what I mean? So, so I guess they had to kind of let her be, the vessel, one of the vessels to get got. So, yeah.
All right, Jamani, what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Yeah, I kind of, been listening to the different streams and stuff, leading up to this episode. So like a lot of people had predicted that it was going to be her. So from the trailer, you get to see, the whole Boyd, saying no, 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 or whatever, and people were predicting who it was, and that was just the overwhelming opinion was that it was going to be her. So I'm like I want to know what, so to say, this means going forward. Like what exactly is why are they just all of a sudden now just wanting to take these animals, and why exactly do they want to make it of breaking Boyd?
Thank you, Jamani. That's the thing I hated the most about this episode.
Why did you hate that about the episode? Because they're trying to make it harder for them.
These monsters couldn't have done that since season freaking 1. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, how about they did this years ago, decades ago? You telling me these guys figured out crops? They could not just open up and just grab the crops before? This whole time I thought maybe they just could not kill the animals or something. I thought maybe that's like they just, for some reason, they just, I don't know, they weren't smart enough and they could only kill humans because they just thirsted for humans or whatever. You telling me this whole time they were smart enough to know that let's make them weak, make it easier.
No. No. The reason why they did it now is because of what Boyd said. Boyd said, "I'm not gonna let this place break me," and they were like, "Oh really? Oh really? How about this?" And that's why they're starting.
Yeah, but I'm like, why did Boyd never put a talisman in the barn?
He did.
I don't know.
How about something bigger than that? How about they build a fucking greenhouse so then they don't have to worry about the weather messing up the crops in the very beginning? Are you telling me?
No, wait. I thought Donna had a greenhouse.
There's no greenhouse. How you not build a greenhouse?
They did. So the crops were in case. They opened the case and the crops were destroyed. So on top of the storm, she said, on top of the storm, somehow the ground got poisoned. So the ones that were sheltered, those were gone too. So, Chris, to your point of like how all of a sudden are they able to do, like, these guys grew exponentially, like when it comes to now they're strategic planners. So now there's some kind of intelligent design working the town. So first it was get rid of the crops, first mission. Then it's now we're going to get rid of the animals. First we're going to use them to lure the humans out, and then we're going to do all of this to torture Boyd. So now they can kill Boyd and Miss Chin, and they're like, no, let's have a conversation, and we're just going to hold you while we torture this poor woman to death. I'm like, how the fuck did they get here? Like, it would be like in Walking Dead if the walkers truly were like, you know what, Rick? We had a conversation and thought, you know what? We're just gonna kill Carl and see how you like that, and let's play this game. I'm like, since when did y'all intelligent and you got a leader now? Like, that's my problem. Like, how did they get that level all of a sudden? Now they're playing games now.
It's just,
but like it's all connected again. The storm took care of the crop. It's all a mission. They killed one cow, but they let the other ones walk just so the people could come out. I knew Miss Chin was gonna get it when she was pushing the cow for some reason. I was like, oh, you did. Because I was like, this is silly. Like just let the cow go. But they're like, no, this cow has to get from point A to point B. And I'm like, these things don't run. Like, they just walk. So just outrun them. But it's like, no. We're gonna sit here and push this cow. I'm like, y'all dead as fuck. I was like,
cows not gonna move. Cows walk slow as shit.
Then you leave the cow alone because it's gonna be alive. And eventually we may have turned to cannibalism. But I'm not gonna let's talk about seniority real quick though. Because all those people standing out there in front of Miss Chin, I'm like, some of y'all just showed up on that bus, so you don't get to eat. Like day ones get to eat. Like if Boyd, I would establish a ranking system.
But see, Boyd wasn't there when that happened. Boyd was on the other side trying to get what's his name, the one that took the goat.
Ethan.
No, not Ethan.
No. They took the goat.
Yeah.
You're talking about the asshole. You're talking about the asshole.
Randall. Yeah.
The other asshole.
Randall. Yeah. So he was over there trying to get Randall to put the goat back, to soothe Ethan, which I was like, I'm totally with. Why Why are you trying to I understand he's a child. I get that. I do, right? But Ethan has no control over these animals. Ethan needs to learn that that's what he eats every day, right? That's how he stays strong, right? So I was like, instead of someone sitting down and telling this young man, eventually we're going to have to slaughter the animals. You just, oh, we're going to put it back, Ethan. Here we go. What?
Well, so
eventually he did have that conversation.
He did, but they waited to have the conversation.
They waited, man. That's how you can tell these guys are truly Americans, okay? Because that's some American shit. Like no other culture, when you're talking about you realizing how small of a livestock you have, do they just be like, okay, cool. You had a little kids, name them? Is it like, oh, his name is Alfred. All right, cool. Take a little knife right to Alfred's neck. Like, so that's just what happened.
They shouldn't have let Ethan name the damn animals.
No, how about something better yet? Ethan should be locked up in his room. Ethan is one of the characters that always annoyed me. I'm sorry. I know people, oh, he's a kid. He's a kid. That's an annoying ass kid. I'm sorry. We've had kids in shows before, but he is probably one of the most annoying. We had kids in The Last of Us. We had kids in Walking Dead. Ethan by far is the most annoying kid in any horror show. I'm sorry. Even more annoying than Walter, his son, and the show that shall not be named, So yeah, it's just Ethan's it's just annoying. Like, and then this idiot just decides to, oh, I know better than to just open the door. Oh no, Emma's walking away. He don't check no peephole. He don't just casually close out. He at this point he got to be like at least 12. I'm sorry, 12. You should know better than just to walk out that freaking door late at night. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, yeah, that was just, I don't know. I just thought it was crazy.
I agree. That's the one point I agree with you. Ethan should have died this episode because
Ethan is
you know why he should have died? He should have died because Jim left his kids once again, left Julie to be a parent to Ethan instead of sitting down and realizing before he goes out into the wilderness with Kenny. Going out with the other guy.
Kenny.
You realize once you were out there that, oh, wait a minute, the kids will be left parentless if I die, and my wife wouldn't like that. So let me go back. And I was like, what? And so now when you get back, you're going to realize that Ethan and Julie almost died because guess what? They were left by themselves because of you.
But remember,
I feel like Kenny should off him as soon as they get back. When he finds out my mother died because I was out here fooling around with you, and you have an epiphany in the middle of the night, we should go back in the morning. Like,
yeah. Well, epiphany. So you talk about talking to Ethan. What makes it even more irritating is that when they did talk to Ethan, he said, let my goat die first so he don't have to see his friends die. So he was prepared for said goat to die, be the first one. Then he sees the goat and it's like, oh no, I gotta go save this goat. I would have whooped that kid's ass. Like after everything, like I would have been like, no, you need to stay out there.
You're not good parents.
Stay out there, sir.
He don't have good parenting. Like both parents have to leave them. Like
exactly, that's what I'm saying, Chris. That's ridiculous.
I'm talking to the kid. Like that's like I would be like, no, Ethan needs to go. Like he chose the goat over himself.
Okay.
And
I'm like, kids do stuff that don't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
If we want to talk about things that don't make any sense, right? If you are found unconscious on the side of the road, right? Wouldn't they try to find out who you are, where you're from? No, I guess you could say pun intended. But they would open up said lunchbox that you have, right?
What are you talking about? Tabitha?
Oh, you're talking about Tabitha. You talking about how Tabitha was
man, you
like,
jump in the head, man. You jump in the head.
Yeah, she was hitting the head. She was hitting the head.
I'm saying whoever found the police who found her, that rushed to the hospital in 5 minutes flat. As soon as they called them, they didn't open up the lunchbox and see, oh, there's an address on here.
Well, she was again off camera. Like I want to do Ethan real quick because this is important.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do Ethan real quick. So Ethan was saved by two redeemed characters, right? So Sarah saved him after trying to murder him last season. So I think that was important for him to be like, she's not a bad person. You know, she was just going through some shit. And Daniel,
which one's Daniel?
The new guy.
No, Randall.
Oh, Randall.
Sorry. Then Randall also was like, hey, I'm a good guy. Like, I know I've done some bad shit, but like they were trying to redeem these two characters using Ethan to be like, we're working together to save the young innocent kid. So clearly that's what they were trying to do. Anyway, quick. The show gives us too many questions and zero answers. Also, that Boyd thing was plot armor. Boyd is like Rick. Like, you got to see this like The Walking Dead, and like he is Rick Grimes. Like, nothing will happen to him, right? But that means everybody else is on the table. Wife is dead. Son's probably gonna be on the list. Like, I mean, he's right. So Carl is like, his Carl's probably gonna be gone this season, especially if he gets a grandson. So like, we gotta remember that. I think is that level of stuff. But also, damn, Vince was quick to pull that blinky. I was like, yeah. I was like, but you know, what's up, Chris?
No, I said he would have used it too, probably. That dude's so unstable, he definitely would have. So,
but I mean, what's up? Was it? That guy's an asshole, though. I still feel like they shouldn't have gave him a bus. They should just put him outside with the stick and a dream to see if you make it tomorrow, then you can get to live here. But I
don't understand why Randall's still alive. I mean, this is so infuriating. Like after the incident in the house, okay, fine. I understand like him going kind of crazy with like people messing with their stuff. I get that. Yeah, you mess with my shit. Like, you know what I mean? I understand that. But then all the crazy actions he did with that, like, you know what I mean? Like putting a gun in everybody, and then like tying up what's her name? Julie?
Donna?
Donna to that tree. Like that should have been the last straw, like the last straw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah, he should have gone to the box, but these guys are these guys are freaking Americans. You can tell this. Like freaking like straight up, oh, I'm gonna use a box. Well, not really. You know what I mean? Like y'all so focused on Sarah, right? Everyone knows that Sarah was seeing things, which now 60% of y'all are all seeing things. So y'all know that Sarah's not all crazy. You know what I mean? Y'all know that she is literally seeing some shit that the majority of you guys are now seeing, you know, or hearing things, you know, and y'all focus on putting her in the box when this nigga over here should be the number one to. First off, I want to know who is even cutting his head that he's even kind of keeping that same fade. I don't know how long he's been in that town, by the way, but that it must have been another barber or something. Maybe there's some barber on there that's coming. Maybe someone who's cutting Chrissy's hair. Maybe her fiance. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, where's that lesbian?
But I'm like, you notice Jade's beard is like long as hell.
He look like straight up Jesus.
His hair.
No, like, I mean, to the point of time passing, you can look at Jade to be like, he's been laying on that ground for a very long time.
Yeah.
Jade is also a person to be like, you are not worth it. Like, almost like you need to be out there to be like, but like he almost day one. I don't know when he started loving the goat. I don't know why this is even a thing now. But like, it didn't make any sense. Like, this came truly out of nowhere. That all of a sudden it's like we're risking life and limb, so Ethan can keep his goat or something. I don't know what was up with that. So anyway, so behind me. So are we too many questions, not enough answers? Are we ever going to find out who made these stick people? Like, is that going to be a thing? Are we going to get an answer to this?
Maybe. But I don't think
we're gonna know why there was no talisman inside of the farm. And then okay, so this is something that I learned from watching this episode because I didn't know this. The talisman, okay, if you're already inside and you got the talisman in the house, then the monsters can't open the door. But if the talisman is in the house and you open the door, then the monster can come in.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That was from the first episode.
No, I didn't.
With the father.
Yeah,
the father.
With the fake grandmother.
Yeah. The whole point was that they could trick people, and if they opened the door, then they came in. That's how the first family got killed.
Oh, that's right. With the little girl, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
But to the point of the talisman though. So when they got into the farm, into the barn, excuse me, like Boyd did put the talisman on the front door.
Yeah, but they were already inside.
So,
Yeah.
but no, they came through the back door. So it's like there was a back door of the barn. I took it out. There was a back door of the barn that he forgot to lock.
No, they were inside.
They
of
were
the barn.
inside the barn in the shadows.
Yeah, they were already
he
in there.
opened it. He opened it when he let the animals out, and then they walked in and waited. I guess.
Yeah.
So we just,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I didn't. Anyway, it was. So, I mean, clearly Miss Chin is gone. Like, what is Son going to do when he gets back? I mean, so like we said, ultimately,
He's gonna
Jim
flip
should be
out,
murdered.
and I would punch Jim in the mouth.
Yeah. So Jim should be beat up and or murdered. Just to be like you are
I wouldn't
responsible.
say murder. I would say punch in the mouth.
I say, like I said, like whatever happened to my mama happened to you. So I got to do. I don't want to do this, but I got to do this, and I feel like it. Let's talk about Tabitha. So again, so like as we were talking about, so off camera, Tabitha is found in the woods. Strangers that we don't ever see grab her, take her to the hospital, drop her off at the door. They pick her up, put her into the room. To your point, they don't go through anything through her shit. They just stick her into bed. Then she wakes up, pulls her cords, and just walks the fuck out. And she's like, "I'm just gonna walk to Earth." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I did like the realism of when she asked to borrow that lady's code, and the girl said, "Why are you gonna let her?"
The white girl was like, "Why would you do that?" She was like, "You gotta wipe that phone down." I was like, "This is." But again, wait. What didn't make any sense to me was that wasn't even a conversation. That was a monologue. Like she's just running her mouth at her mom, who's just running her mouth at her daughter, and then she just randomly hangs up the phone. Like this wasn't a. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
That's not like one of them coded messages, like when you're a hostage and you're like I was like, there's nobody there. Why can't you just say everything?
I think it's almost like she was talking to an answer. They don't have answer machines anymore. I felt like she was talking to an answer machine. It was just like a long message, and she was like, "Hey, mom, I know you're not really alive, but I just want you to know that I'm here and I love you, and you may not ever see me again. I love my kids and I love you. Anyway, I gotta go." Click. I was like, "How long?" You said, "Mom, how long have I been gone?" You said people were looking for me. How long? She has no idea. Right? Like, has it been days? Has it been weeks? Like, that was the whole thing. When Crystal's lesbian girlfriend showed up, right? It was like, how long?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, we need to understand time span, right? Like, so we get an idea, like, how much longer you look, have you declared as dead or something? Like, what is happening with the time and space issue? Like,
and I agree with Dante Davis, where he said the mom would 100% call back. I absolutely, as a mom, would have been calling that. I would have been hitting that phone back to back to speak to my child, because she hung up kind of abruptly, and the mother is like, "Where are you? What is happening with you?" And then you hang up. For me, I'm like, I'm calling back to back until I get her again, and she answers some questions. And another thing too, the mother wasn't asking like a lot of questions either, which was she was doing more talking.
Yes,
asking questions, and I was like, that's not a normal conversation. That's why I don't think that I was actually her mother. I don't think it was her mother.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. I'm wondering if this was all a dream too, because my whole thing is like, where did she even get the money to travel all the way to whatever Maine to go to old boy's house? Like, you know what I mean? She ain't got no money. She was randomly able to get there, like to Maine. Unless you're telling me she conveniently was already in the main hospital.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Oh, then this is even more bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. She magically woke up in the city that Victor is from. No, that's a fact. Yeah. And then she just walked to his house because somehow she knows direction. Like she's like, wait a minute, oh, that's 25th Street. I'm gonna go down.
In the words of Iron Panther. No, straight up.
Wow. What was crazy to me was
like, fuck all of this. That's what happened, bro. That's what happened. She said, "Oh, wait a minute."
The whole precinct. She couldn't have opened up the lunchbox on her own, right? We needed to have her go and give this whatever confession or whatever and ask, "Am I crazy? Am I crazy?" And then she opens up the lunchbox. Oh, I know where I need to go now. I'm like, we didn't need this whole scene.
We don't. Because
we didn't need the church scene, the whole church scene. What was that for? Like when she went to the church. I don't. You know, it's been a long time since I've done confession and all that. I understand that people use that for comfort. I do. I'm not saying that's not true, but it was like a waste of time.
It was because she said she didn't even believe in God or something.
Exactly. I was like, why are we wasting? Why are we wasting that? And then when the pastor said, how old was your child, or what, something about your child? How do you know she had a child just because she got a mailbox? She could be special needs and carries a mailbox. I mean, a lunchbox.
Yeah, I thought that's when it was revealed that it was fake. I thought it was going to be revealed right then. Like when he came running out and says, "How old is your child?" I was like, "Uh-oh, it's really like she's seeing things and she's going to
exactly.
And I still think she's going to wake up. I think she's going to wake up on the ground of the freaking lighthouse."
To Kim's point, she said in the confessional, "I stopped. If God is not real, why is God? Because if God was real, He would not put me through the pain and suffering that I went through. He would not let my child rolled off the table, the changing table." That's when she left, and that's when he said, "Well, how old was your child?" He was trying to connect with her with that. So she said she had a child that that
he didn't say it died,
and he didn't say how old. She said, "What was your child's name?" And she said Thomas.
Yeah, so he did. Yeah.
So I'm saying, but it's still like if child rolled off if the child rolled off the table, probably child ain't doing all right. So it's like I mean, so I feel at least to acknowledge there was a doubt of a child. That's what I'm saying. So she did do that. And then he was trying to connect with that. But to your point, you walk into a church, you walk into a confessional, and then say, "I don't want to hear about no God stuff. I don't believe in God." What?
So why are you there?
Why the fuck are you here? Like I would be like, "Hey, that's where she should use the phone. Excuse me, Pastor, can I use the phone?" Because that's the kind of person I would just let you sit down, pick up the phone, and talk all day and have a real conversation of, "Hey, I'm here. I don't know where. I'm in Maine for some reason. Can you come get me? I mean, we're lost." Something like that. And then did you notice how she's looking at the cops and trying to run away like the cops have a description of her? Like they don't know who you look like.
Wrong. She was like, I'm criminal number I was like, no, you're just a regular person.
You a regular ass person. Who found me? Where did you find me? Take me back there. I need to understand where I was so I can figure out I can get back to where I was. Like, how did I get here? Right? You don't go to fucking Victor's house.
And I'm like, the boy in white is like leading her. Did he lead her to Victor's house or something like that?
That would have been better. That would have been better than I opened the lunchbox and the address has been written there for over 30, 40 years and it still looks readable. Like I was like, wow, like this.
No liquids got to it. Nothing.
Nothing. It was pristine. Like somebody just wrote that shit.
I need that pen. I need that type of marker. Whatever marker it is.
I need that. Don't make
that was permanent marker before there was permanent marker.
Ooh, that probably still had the lead in it and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Tabitha is the worst character. She didn't do anything to help out all those people stuck there.
Dante, yo, Tabitha is the Lori of Walking Dead. Like, just didn't do anything. Where's Carl? As as people always said about Lori, like, take care of your child, Lori. Take care of your child.
It's like both her and Jim. Whatever they do is so useless. It's like you think that they think they're doing something. Like when she was digging the hole a couple of seasons. What did she really do but cause even more damage?
Okay, but they are on brand. They both were doing something that was preoccupying them for their kid to fall off the changing table. So they're perfectly on brand as far as just like being oblivious to their kids' needs.
Damn. Tabitha and her whole family are all selfish. Let's acknowledge that.
The daughter, maybe not as much, but yeah.
Yeah, I say this. They're all liabilities. They're all liabilities to the people around them. And so Fatima is going through morning sickness.
Can we go back real quick?
Her name is Fatima.
I have another theory now too. I think that Tabitha is possibly also dead. And what I mean by that is when Vic's mother went to save the kids by going up in the tower, she did not return. And then he came back, saw right outside where she was supposed to go, and found her body on the ground, which was right near the tower. So I'm wondering if she's laying down, if she's like face down on that same ground. Because remember, that little kid in white did a Jamie Lannister on her. you know, and kicked her
Yeah.
ass right outside that thing, you know. And
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if she's like, you know,
Still laying there. Yeah,
still there on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She probably is.
You know,
She's just dreaming all of this. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't think any of what she did. And I think the reason why it's in Camden, Maine is because what is his name? Oh my God. The horror guy, Stephen King, is an extreme fan of From. And so I think that when they were writing season 3, that was just, you know, like an homage to him because he really loves this show. So, yeah.
Interestingly enough, though, like Stephen King is actually going to compete against From in the next couple of weeks when he does Welcome to Derry from Derry, Maine, when that shows up. So I don't know how much of a fan he is.
Is From still going to be around when that comes out?
When what?
From yeah.
It'll still be going on.
Yeah, I think it's October. It comes out in October, right? It comes out next month. That and Salem's Lot. I think a couple shows.
It's October. I mean, so you got a lot of horror stuff.
Yeah. No, granted, it's not like Stephen King decided, hey, let's do the show. You know, obviously there's other people.
Yeah, I think that show was already. Yeah, I don't think he was thinking of it as a competition. But that's the theory, is that they did that just, you know, because most of his horror stuff is done in Maine, right? So that's you know, I think that's why they did it. A lot of people think the same thing, like people who recap and stuff like that. May not be the truth, but it does make sense.
No, I think so too. It's clearly whoever did From. I mean, they obviously big time Stephen King fans. So the thing is, though, Stephen King doesn't take this long as far as connecting, like helping you connect to the dots. It doesn't do this whole like, whoa, now we got cicadas here. Like, you know, he doesn't do all. He doesn't just throw you with
he doesn't have to, because remember his shows always make sense, right? This show, I think, is like trying to pull from so many different things that it's just falling flat on making sense, right? Because if you really think about it, this episode that we just watched, basically what they're trying to say is like, what Boyd does in this town affects everybody else in the town, right? And it's like, why? Why is Boyd the one?
Because they're all his personalities. This is like the movie Identity. It's really him. Boyd is really Boyd. The entire town is Boyd, and they're all his split personalities. Ethan is his child personality. It's like, yeah, it's Identity meets Split. That's what this is. All right.
That could be. It could be. I mean, because he is talking to like the pastor, Kadri.
Qatar.
Yeah, he's talking to him like he's still alive, and
and that was kind of crazy to be like, hey, Father, like, how's it going? Like, it was. He's like, who are? But now it's an entity. Now it's like, who are you? You're not ready. You're not ready for that. So like now he has a new like pretend friend. So is that gonna last the whole a whole season? And like, what does that mean? It's just too many things happening that you have to ask the question: what are we trying to achieve here?
Exactly.
Like, are we anyway? But y'all don't know. We said that this is our trial season. Like season 3 is our trial season. To the comment of too many questions and no answers. If we don't get solid answers by episode 10, this will be the last season we review it from. Because it just goes from one unsolved mystery to another. And I'm like, that's helpful.
What a mystery box show is. I'm like, we got answers about the nightmare creature last season. We stopped the whole dream stuff last season. So now we're dealing with
what dream stuff. Just in this episode, what's his name?
Yeah, the black dude.
Black dude, he saw the creature again.
Elgin is still being haunted.
In a dream, he saw that old looking Japanese person.
He's being haunted by that horribly CGI'd creature. Yeah.
I don't count him because he had a dream before he even got From. When he was on the bus, he was throwing up.
But then we were saying that somehow connected all to the town, though. Like it was almost like calling him to the town. So like,
to that town. Yeah.
No, things stopping are not the same thing as answers. Like that's not the same. It's like they just moved on to the next silliness. Like we still don't know who was talking to Jim on the radio season 1 finale. For the record,
well, you know what? I actually think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I actually think the guy who had on the cowboy hat, one of the monsters, one that was like, I think that was him. If you listen to his voice, he sounds like that guy.
But again, now the monsters can think, they can reason, they're coming up with strategies and games
All
and
of a
shit.
sudden.
And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like I thought they were just mindless killers that walk, but like again, now they're going after animals, but then they use. So I'm like,
wait. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just realizing that is horseshit. That all of a sudden they can think. No, season 1 they could also think. All right, like you had Homegirl, that one girl monster who tried to convince that one guy like she was in love with him. That is strategy. Okay. Matter of fact, was it even one of the milkman monster did that too? Like, yo, and even the dude the one who wound up getting killed or whatever, but the guy who was on the bus who killed those 2 elderly couple, we saw him doing strategic stuff. We have seen them doing strategic. You're telling me they can manipulate folks, but they can't kill livestock? I'm sorry. I don't.
But that happened with Julie. Remember in the beginning with Julie, that whatever that person, whatever that monster was like young, and he was like, "You don't remember me, Julie?" And
yeah.
They know they've always been strategic, but they've never really come out and made it the point to tell us that it's about make it as personal as it is. That this is all Boyd's fault, basically.
No, and I'm like, it was always strategic. Because
you got fuck Boyd for a second. Fuck Boyd. You are trying to kill these humans. Why didn't you just kill these livestock? Forget Boyd. Let's pretend Boyd wasn't even here.
Okay, so all right. So let's go with that. Boyd wasn't before Boyd got there. The Donna story is that they did the same thing to Donna with her sister. She had to watch her sister get killed.
Yeah.
And she was like, they took pleasure.
I understand that, Jamani. I guess my question is, right, you got to imagine that these people, right, the majority of time, like, except if you're like new, right, obviously the first night of the bus, right, and the bus crashed, well, not crashed here, but like stopped there. Obviously that first night, those monsters eating, because there's going to be a couple ignorant people, who don't know any better. You know what I mean? But then 3 or 4 nights later, people know what's up, and most people are going to stay inside. So you got these monsters just roaming around, not eating. Month later, not eating, right? Unless someone slips up, and then even at best is one person. Why aren't you guys strategic? Why aren't you guys just killing the livestock, forcing you guys out? It is like literally equivalent to you smoking the mouse hole, forcing you guys out. What the hell? You guys will never run out of food because there's going to be more motherfuckers getting trapped here. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is just dumb that all of a sudden because of Boyd, now all of a sudden we're doing this because Boyd is now saying.
And then also too, where did the animals come from, and where did the vegetables come from? Like, all of this stuff is being. How did you get any of these things?
In the backstory in season 2, it's almost like the town giveth and the town taketh away. Like when they showed the backstory, like he found it and like the animals just magically showed up and the vegetables just magically showed up. So he was like, oh, okay. It was almost like the town was the intelligent design that's running the town was feeding them and taking care of them to some point. And it's almost like Boyd upset them. Now I'm going after you, right? So now again, so they tried to do the radio, the storm came, took that out. Then it's like, okay, now we're gonna poison the land, now we're gonna take the animal. It's always like, again, the town turned against Boyd specifically because he wasn't talking to anyone when he said, "You're not going to break me." He was just talking to the town. Like he was just talking up. So it's like the town heard and said, well, let's see how this goes. So like now it's, again, just wipe them out, right? It's not that hard, right? I'm like, just send
but they can't wipe them out because the show would end.
Well, I mean, it's like if this was some type of real, right? They'd be like, guess what? I've upgraded my monsters, so now Talisman be damned, because they gave them the Talisman too, right? It was like so.
Well, they didn't give them to him. He found them in the woods, and he also found the livestock in the woods because that's why the whole thing with his wife happened, because he just kept going in the woods trying to find more stuff to bring out.
At some level, the intelligent design is giving them this stuff. It is giving them this stuff for whatever reason. Maybe it's a whole game. We talked about maybe this is a whole big experiment, and they're watching all this happen. Like this is like Waitwood Pines or some shit. Like it's all one big, like actual physical place, and they're bringing these people in, but or something like that. But no, they're giving them this stuff, and then they take it away depending on what. But now it's Boyd, right now. Again, now all of a sudden they made it personal to him. So I mean, son should be on the line. Wife, it's like sister, like daughter-in-law, baby. Like if this is personal, they should be the new focus right now to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they want to do. I mean, he wasn't really with Mrs. Chin. You know what I'm saying? So like you go after the kid. Season 1, they said the animals appear in the forest. Again, so like everything just was kind of given to them. The place provides them what they need to survive. The utility works. Yeah, there's no. They just work because remember they were digging the hole and the power cable wasn't connected to shit. It was just running.
Yeah.
So it's like something is providing this for them to a certain extent. The monsters feed on the people's fear. But again, it's not like, but true, they don't eat to live. They don't kill to live. The monsters just do it for what? I mean, for the joy of killing, I guess, because when they ripped them open, they didn't have like intestines or something, because they did the whole autopsy last season, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So maybe killing one of them. If they would have said you killed one of us, now we got to take things to the next level, that would make sense to me. Like
it's the way they're playing it, in my opinion, is that it's like, oh boy, you shouldn't have said that, basically. So we're gonna show you, what saying stuff like that, basically against this place is gonna get you. And so Miss Chin was a valued person. She cooked, right? She was the cook, right? So she fed all of them. She stretched the food, right? And she was very important. Also, she was the mother figure to a lot of them, right? So she was very important to Boyd and the town. And so they were like, we're going to take her away from her and see how you deal. You know what I'm saying?
And Jade, she was the calming mother figure to Jade.
That's what I'm saying. She was like the mom to a lot of them, right? She soothed Jade. Remember Jade? Yeah. They actually, when he was living with her, she was taking care of him. She was like, you have to eat. You have to come here. We have to pray. She was taking care of him like the way a mom would, right? So she was very important to the town. And so the town is like, you know what? Because of Boyd, we're going to kill her. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like not only does Boyd had to watch. So that was
painful. That's why they wanted him to see, this is your fault. You did this. So now you have to watch.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe Jade is making progress, so that they're trying to hurt Jade. Like also this may hurt Jade's too. Like his progress, they're trying to keep his shit together. Again, I don't know why he was playing with the string, and goddamn, again, that beard looked like he's been there for a little bit. So I'm like
he's just, I think that he's a very smart man, period, right? But then now you're trying to figure out that you can't figure this thing out, and I think it made him go a little bit crazy.
All right, so let me say this: the whole thing with Sarah convincing Kadri about what she was hearing or whatever, right, was drawing the candy bar or whatever, and he's like, "How do you know about this? Because I hid this the night that I got here and all this stuff." And then you have Boyd and Jade drinking the same alcohol that Kadri had buried, and then all this stuff starts to happen that same exact night. So I think maybe there's some sort of correlation with that as well.
Could be Boyd destroying the music box for sure upset the place. So I was like, I guess, but they're not doing a good job of connecting this stuff. I love that we found out in this episode that Kadri, Tom, and Abby are actually there.
Tom's the bartender. Tom's the day bartender from last.
Oh, they're all there, like in their head. I guess, like they're like their spirits. I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what they're. I think Daryl's basically saying they're not just ghosts. Or they're not just figments of your imaginations, but they're an entity now. You know.
Because I think someone has turned. I think someone is using their image to be them. Like I don't think that's them. That's what I'm saying. Like when you say you're not ready for that, I don't know if they really got reached. Boyd saying that Kadri, that sure as shit wasn't my wife. What are you?
No, wait. Let me get ahead of this, and Chris can. Is this not Lost?
I was trying to refrain, but yes.
Well, what's up, Chris? What's up? Bring in
Lost. You guys are talking about Jade, and even when Kim was saying, "Oh, Jade is trying to do all this little stuff, he's not gonna figure it out," and then I made a quick little quip and saying He will. I guarantee you he will. Because that's exactly what they did with Lost. It was the British dude, if you remember. It was the Brit. And everyone thought he was crazy because he just kept coming up with all these weird theories as far as the island and how the water, when the tide comes in, the island starts to move. They're like, yo, you're nuts. And guess what? That dude somehow was able to get off. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
really?
Well, he was able to figure it out, mostly all of it out. Most of it. You know what I mean? But then the island got mad at him. And then it just started doing horrible shit to make their lives worse. So that is what I was trying to refrain. But thank you, Jamani, for allowing that lid to come off right now when it comes to me. Sorry, I was trying to refrain. But Jamani, go ahead. I'll shut up now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Hey, talk about the real world. Talk about when did Lost characters come to the real world like Tabitha?
That was the season finale of season 3.
What are you talking about? Well,
when he started with the
Walter was first.
Well, but we didn't know anything about Walt, so to say. We just knew he left. But when we actually saw it, like how we see in Tabitha, that was the season finale of season 3 when we started seeing the flash forwards.
That's right. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna rewatch it, especially now that today of all days just happened to be the 20th anniversary of Lost. By the way, September 22nd of 2004 is the premiere of Lost season 1. So just letting y'all know. Just so conveniently, it's also the day of the new season of From.
So Chris, for both of you, for anyone who watched Lost, so Tabitha's journey, and again, quote, into the real world, was there a similar storyline for a character in Lost? And was it real? Did it turn out to be real? That said, character did make it out.
Yes.
And
they did make it out. The only the thing that with the trailers that they have out now, right, is that there's going to be like an ambulance that comes into the town, and people are predicting that Tabitha is going to be in the ambulance or whatever. So as soon as Tabitha says, I need to go back, this is Lost. Because she's already said, I have to go and save my family and the rest of them. So I'm like, she's already talking about going back. She didn't even say
she will be back. That's just not a.
But I don't understand why go if automatically you're gonna go back. It's just like what Jim did by going out looking for her, but then realizing I probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, in her defense, I can't believe I'm defending this, but I'm saying in her defense, she did not know she was going to be again Jamie Lannister pushed out that thing. She thought she was just saving some kids. I will say that.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to save some kids and then come back. Still does not make her an incompetent mother, because how you just going to leave your kids like that? Just you know what I mean? Like that's weird. You know how crazy your husband is, right? You know what I mean? Like why? Like what are you doing? You know your husband's going to be looking for you. Have that dude look for these kids. You know what I mean? Have him. He's the adventurer.
What does it mean?
Now this fool is out there playing cabin fever with Kenny now. You know what I mean? Hearing noises outside the cabin. You know what I mean? It's just like dumb. It's just like dumb.
I wait for the spiders to come back.
But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that nobody talks to anybody on this show, and it pisses me off because, all right, Tabitha's gone, and Boyd is like, well, you should just like assume she's dead because, right? And it's like, Victor went with her. Victor can't tell everybody, hey, she went inside the butthole of this tree right here.
Oh, that's right. So it's like, no, she ain't magically just disappeared. I took her to a faraway tree or something like that. And it's like,
why didn't Jim and Kenny go to the faraway tree? If you know that's where she went, why didn't you just go there?
Victor seems to be
Victor could have taken them there.
Victor seems to be keeping the tree to himself, so he has not actually shared.
Sarah. Well, the thing is, I'm wondering, is Sarah taking the siblings, taking Ethan and his I forgot the sister's name. What's the sister's name?
Julie.
Yeah, is that what she's about to take Julie and Sarah? I mean, not Sarah, and Ethan too, just like she did with Boyd. You know what I mean? Like stay in the street. You know what I mean?
And then they pop up somewhere else.
I wonder, but my thing is, but two Two, I think it was Jamani that just said this, saying like, why is no one talking to each other? How is it that you guys come back and y'all don't say, hey, in an emergency, if you guys are about to die, here is that tree. Y'all don't mark that bitch nothing. Y'all don't do nothing. Like, this is just weird.
Wait, hey Chris.
This is
Well,
weird,
then you
bro.
can do the basic of just run, because these fuckers they walk. They walk. Like, so you could just
No, but they got
out-jog
that
them.
Stretch Armstrong shit that killed Father Cartry though.
No. That thing got close up. No.
Yeah, Cartry was too close to the monster.
It was the Walking Dead thing where you turn around and off camera, all of a sudden that thing is right there. Like,
yeah, it's straight up Jason and Michael Myers is what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
I mean,
I'm like,
this would be great in the 80s. This is great. This is a great thing to do in the 80s. But after, was it 28 days later, man, yeah, these monsters need to be running. All right, you know what I mean? It's straight up like this is
her mission.
Unless you're dealing with a horde. Now, if you're dealing with a horde,
those children. I don't think that Tabitha is going to be in the ambulance. She might, but I don't want her to. That feels too soon. I'm not sure when that happens though. Then we got the fact that no one talks to each other is the problem. Yes. But that's how we keep the show going. If people talk to each other, then there wouldn't be a show. Like,
so why is Julie mad at her dad?
What? I don't get that. What she said, you don't have to say you're sorry, or like something. I was like, what do we have to be sorry for?
I hope Julie is just mad at him because he allowed her to go. Because I swear,
that's what I think she might be mad about that.
I hope so, because Julie is just like mad that he just didn't go out there to look for her. I would be like, tell that little brat, I'm like, yo, you just want to be an orphan so bad, don't you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping it's the first thing. It's just like, why'd you let her go?
My question is, it seems like Tabitha woke up, it's 3 days later, right? And I'm thinking Tabitha's been missing for 3 days and from land too. But then Boyd is wrapping up his wounds for the very first time. It can't be 3 days later. So I'm like, this is very, I don't know how much time has passed.
Jamani sounds like another show where it's like time, but time stays still. If this goes with the same route that it looks like it's going, time works differently in the real world.
In the other place. Yeah. I was like, for all they know, Tabitha did die, so Victor probably doesn't want to risk anyone else dying. So like maybe she is just laying there as maybe it's discussed, and all this is a big dream.
So it could be, you know, but at the same time, if that's not the case, then I mean, and she's just gone missing. I mean, I don't know how long was Boyd gone for? You know, when he was in the tree last season, how long was that?
They didn't give a specific time frame.
I think that was like a day or two. It was like
2
days.
It wasn't. It wasn't like no weeks or anything. I feel like a few days, but again, it's hard to tell how time works here. It just I mean, to be specifically, it's just hard to tell.
I'm wondering like all these people that land here, you tell me none of them be wearing watches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody got a watch. And, you know, I mean, okay, fine. You can say, all right, maybe not digital, because maybe the digital stuff don't work. You know what I mean? But the regular, the regular,
like a handheld to be like, it's been a day, it's been a 2. I'm just saying, but again, in defense, most shows don't give you specific time because it makes it easier to write the show. Like, you know, it could take days, it could take weeks. But to the point of the wound should have got healed pretty quickly. I mean, should have got attended to pretty quickly once he got back. So that seems like hours. But again, time is different in that place versus the real world. Because when Chrissy ran into her girlfriend, it's like, what? It's been like weeks or months that they were looking for her. And it's like, oh my God. So that was the only time I think we got a time frame of how long at least one of them have been gone. And that's why I thought we were gonna get with Tabitha and her mama. But it's like it's anyway, is the baby gonna be born? Is the baby gonna be a target? Do you think, like, what's going on with the baby?
Is the baby going to be swapped out for a squirrel baby?
Is that lost?
Yes.
Wait, what?
I think that baby. I don't think that baby. I think it's going to be probably like a smoke baby, like we saw in Game of Thrones or something. You know what I mean? I don't think. Yeah, I don't. That baby ain't. And I'm still kind I still think it's kind of weird that there wasn't like an actual witness or whatever for the wedding, and there was like no one to officiate the wedding.
There was no witness.
They were just like, I mean, I guess the father was. I guess maybe he was, and Donna was. I just thought someone would say the words, and they just. I was like, that was the most. I mean, I understand they don't actually have a priest or whatever, but I'm sorry, that was a pathetic looking ass wedding.
But
Man, they had the worst
Yeah,
they got.
just put a broom down and jumped it.
in order to be, you have to have a marriage license. So this was like a spiritual marriage. So
Either
you
way.
But in your bedroom though, Kim, in your bedroom though, you couldn't do this outside.
you can get married
Anywhere. Yeah.
I have friends who got married in their living room.
There are bigger fish to fry. I mean, in this show,
Yes.
like
No, there isn't no fish to fry because they ran out of food.
Good one, Chris. Good one, Chris. Speaking of that, we gotta wrap this shit up. I gotta get to bed. All right, Chris. Any final words? Come on, let's do this.
All right. Happy 20th anniversary, Lost. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. See you this weekend. All right, Jamani. Any final words?
Yeah, I want to see what Victor's dad has to say, and how much time has passed as far as that goes, and all that whatnot. That's pretty much the only thing I'm looking forward to, because the next episode in Fromland is just going to be mourning and sorrow of Miss Chen. So
Miss Chen, yeah,
ain't too much going to be going on there. So. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. It's a good show. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out.
Thanks, Jamani. Till next time, sir. Boop. All right, Kim. Say goodbye for us for the week.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chad. We truly, truly appreciate you joining the conversation. We're trying to reach 500 views per video, so we need you to share the video with anyone and everyone. We're also trying to reach 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. So if you share the video, then we'll be able to reach that goal. Also, please hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming, and which should be probably next weekend. Not sure exactly when, but we will definitely be doing some more videos. So notification bell is very important. So thank you, chat, for joining the conversation. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah, she's right. Next weekend we got more of the power. We might have Ruthless. We got Reasonable Doubt. We got Fight Club. Fight Night. So we have a few things lined up for you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this chat. It's a great show. It's got a lot of thinking. Not a lot of answers. We'll work through it. We'll do the best we can. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We're gonna do all the Lost comparisons. That's why we got Chris here. Stacy will join us when she can. And because they were original haters, but they're gonna be like, David, this is just Lost again. It could be. But we're here for the journey, though. Let's do that. Anyway, enjoy the outro, and until next time, yeah. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You're gonna go there.
Oh shit.
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.